Want to make your drums sound like Gavin Harrison's of Porcupine Tree? Here's how we achieved it. Progressive rock band Porcupine Tree is not only known for their great songwriting and live shows, but the drum sounds on their records have been attracting a lot of attention by drummers and engineers too. The band's drummer is Gavin Harrison, who joined the band in 2002. His signature sound can be heard across all recordings of the bands he plays in, as well as his performances at drum festivals and clinics. He is instantly recognizable. Let's listen to one of the band's most popular songs from Porcupine Tree's 2002 album, In Absentia, and find out what the defining factors of this drum sound are.
No one cares. One of the wonders of the world is going down. It's going down, I know. It's one of the wonders of the world.
The aggressive yet articulate sound of the snare and toms, coupled with a large variety of cymbal sound choices, make for a very dynamic and ultimately very musical sounding drum sound. A look at Gavin's setup explains how he achieves this. His drum and cymbal sizes are all very particularly chosen and range from very small to quite large. He always uses Sonor drum sets with a 22-inch kick, 8, 10, 12, 15, and 18-inch toms. Choosing these sizes, including the unusual size of a 15-inch floor tom, allows him to get the whole tonal spectrum of all standard sizes from 8 to 18 inches with only 5 toms, while keeping the tonal steps from drum to drum in a fitting range within each other. Along with that, he mostly uses one of his signature Sonor protein snares, which come in 12 and 14 inches. In terms of cymbals, his signature selection of custom-made bells and splashes over the hi-hat, small and large chinas, differently sized crashes, and ride cymbals give him lots of tonal color to choose from. All of this shows how much he cares for his sound. Now, the only kit in our arsenal with an 8-inch tom is our Gretsch Renown, which has already worked really well for us in many recreating iconic drum sounds episodes, so we decided to use it this time as well. Starting with the bass drum, we need a clear attack with a good mix of punch and tone. So we put on a ported reso head and kept the Remo SMT clear batter head that was already on the drum. The batter head is tuned low, with wrinkles still appearing when you press the center of the head, which produces lots of attack. The reso head is tuned slightly higher with some tone. For muffling, Pascal added 2 blankets inside of the drum. Here's how it sounds. For the snare, we could have obviously just used one of his signature drums, but chose to go with a more standard 14x5-inch snare drum instead. This is a Sonor SQ1 14x5-inch snare drum with a 7-ply birch shell. To match it to Gavin's sound though, we had to do a couple of mods. First, Pascal put on a Remo CS-coated batter head and tuned it medium, with the reso head being medium-high. Then he also removed the drum's stock snare wires and replaced them with 10-strand wires. Gavin uses 8-strand wires, but we figured that 10 was close enough. The small amount of wires anyway helped make the drum very articulate and removes any uncontrolled rattling of the wires, producing a more mid-range sound compared to, say, a 20-strand. The snare wires are really tight, and Pascal placed a Remo muffling ring on the snare in order to tame some of the overtones. Here's how it sounds mixed. On the toms, Gavin always uses Remo-coated Emperor batter and clear Ambassador reso heads. There is actually a video on YouTube where Gavin explains himself how he tunes his toms.
So for the 8-inch tom, the top head is about an E, and the bottom head is a bit tighter and it's a G. So let me try and explain that on the piano. So if the bottom head, the top head is an E, the bottom head is a G, that is a minor third.
To be sure to achieve exactly the sound from In Absentia though, Pascal listened closely to the songs and tuned the toms to the exact pitches heard on the record, with the Reza heads being about a minor third higher than the batter heads. The result is some surprisingly high-tuned and therefore very dynamic sounding toms. On top of that, they actually match a standard guitar tuning. For cymbals, we compared Gavin's sound and setup with our selection of Zildjian cymbals and came up with a 14-inch K for the hi-hat. Above that, we placed an 8-inch A series splash and two 6-inch splashes from the same series but different years. You can see it in the printing on the cymbals, and they sound slightly different too. Next to that, we placed an 18-inch A low china, a 20-inch A custom crash, and an FX blast bell. The ride cymbal we used is a 20-inch K custom medium ride surrounded by 18 and 19-inch K dark thin crashes. To the right of the ride cymbal, we used a 12-inch FX China trash and a 22-inch A Swish Knocker to complete the setup. To mic all of this beauty, we used Beyerdynamic M90 Pro X's as overheads in a spaced pair configuration as well as in the room to capture a more ambient picture of the whole kit. The kick has a TGD70 inside as a great basis and an MC740 in front of the Rezo head for some more low end. The snare has an M201 top and bottom, and the toms are captured with TGD57s all the way around. To support the hi-hat and ride, we used two MC930s. Before we show you the result, have you checked out ArtOfDrumming.com yet? It's a completely free platform where tons of drum lessons with some of the world's best drummers are waiting for you. Since the site is free and we want to keep providing that for you, there's a chance to donate in the description of this video. Every small amount helps us sustain our work. Thank you so much for your support. Now, let's check out the result of all this preparation.
Hear the sound of music drifting in the aisles. The elevator Prozac stretching on for miles. The music of the future will not entertain. It's only meant to repress and neutralize your brain. So gets squeezed out, edges get numb. Democratic gives what you want. One of the wonders of the world is going down. It's going down, I know. It's one of the blunders of the world, and no one cares, no one cares enough.
For another facet of the sound, let's listen to the song Blackest Eyes from the same album. To recreate the drum sound heard on this song, Pascal didn't have to change anything except the mix. Here's his version of Blackest Eyes.
Mother sings a lullaby to a child. Sometime in the future the boy goes wild, and all his nerves are feeling some kind of energy.
Do you think we came close to the original? Do you have any other video ideas? Tell us in the comments. Also, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We got lots more coming. See you next time.